along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. And a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind.
Granddad! Granddad, can I turn off your 1850s music? It gives me the chillies.
Do more work, then you can pick the music.
You are a terrible DJ.
Okay. Go to the tower, help me, and you can pick the next song.
Or I can just sit here or at work and wait for this old cassette player to fall apart. It's probably about 100 years old, ain't it? It can't last much longer. Rosie, go help your granddad. Yes, sir.
You said I couldn't do that, but I got 10 more signatures.
You had to buy them all around of drinks first. Now, Mother, I ask you, are those signatures honestly come by?
Take your wet clothes and shoes outside, children.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Who's she calling children?
Granddad said he can't find his safety goggles.
They're hanging out back on the fence where he left them.
I told you he would die soon.
It just needs new batteries. Hurry on and get your granddad's glasses.
Yes, sir.
And don't you wear your house slippers outside. Put your boots on.
When you make a petition, it's the number of signatures that counts, not how you get them.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal to bribe people to sign a petition like that. And by the way, you're too young to buy alcohol, so either you or Sam did something illegal there too.
They wanted to sign it. They just needed the motivation.
Now clean up the water. You already dripped all over the floor.
Yes,
It ain't raining yet.
Not yet.
The bay is probably pretty choppy with all the wind.
A little bit.
So, this gives me 46 signatures so far.
Well, the people have spoken.
Ruth Hazel Hooker.
Say, Naomi, when the government receives your petition and they agree to remake this place into the museum like you want them to, do you reckon we're gonna need a bigger dock to accommodate all the millions of tourists that'll want to visit?
Millions? I thought it was 46.
You laugh, but I don't see you coming up with a better plan.
Maybe we just leave like they want us to.
How many signatures do you think they'll need till they let us stay?
Naomi, love, go wash up and help me get dinner started.
Yes, sir.
We are gonna have to leave, aren't we?
Let's just see what the lawyer says.
What's Granddad working on?
A seagull cracked a pane of glass outside the lantern.
That must have been one hard-headed seagull.
Well, now it's one dead seagull.
Why is he doing it now? I could have helped him if he waited until tomorrow.
He figured he could hard patch before the rain started.
You know what smells worse than a seagull?
What's that?
A dead seagull!
It's still out there.
Some of his brains and blood and feathers are.
Ruthie, love, go wash the brains off your hands and help your sister get dinner ready.
Yes.
And Benjamin, could you go and convince your granddad to take a break? Our guest will be arriving soon. If he's really worried it's gonna rain, you can put a tarp over it until after supper.
Yes, ma'am.
and get warm. Welcome, Vern.
Afternoon, Mrs. Hooker.
Water a little choppy today.
Not so bad.
And you must be Mr. Buscatore?
Call me Cal.
I can tell by all the blood drained out of your face that you may have a different opinion about the choppiness of the bay.
It was certainly more active than I expected.
Old Vern here can't get worked up unless a tidal wave is throwing him all the way up to the top of the tower.
The wind is picking up. It'll be more fun on the ride back.
You're here early. Dinner's not ready, and Mr. Hooker is still up doing repairs. Can I offer you gentlemen some cups of tea?
Sounds nice.
If you'll excuse me.
You know, this place is pretty interesting. Not at all what I expected. The Hooker family have been taking care of it for 4 generations. Young Benjamin would have been the 5th. I can't imagine living out on an island like this, cut off as they are from civilization. Some people are cut out for it, some ain't. The Hookers always have been. 4 generations. Shame they have to leave.
Your tea, gentlemen?
Vern,
Sebastian? Hello, Mr. Hooker. I'm Teo Buscatore from...
I know, you're the lawyer. How about we talk in the other room?
Hey, Mr. Goodinson,
Hey, Ruthie.
are you the lawyer?
That's me. Are you the one cooking our dinner? Smells delicious.
I hope you like fresh seagull. Got it just this morning.
She's pulling your leg, I think.
Right this way, Mr. Buscatore.
Is the lawyer here? Can I show him my petition?
All in good time. Now you girls get back in the kitchen. You don't want the seagull to burn in the oven.
Yes, sir.
What seagull?
So, you think you can stay for dinner? Or is the bay getting that bad?
That's why I brought him earlier. If their conversation don't last too long, I figure I can get us back to shore before it gets too wild.
You leave when you need to. He can sleep the night if their conversation goes on for too long.
It ain't gonna be a long conversation though, is it?
I guess not. Not much more to say, is there?
The Hooker family always been practical people. Your Daniel was a sensible man. It runs in the family. Sebastian's stubborn, but he'll do the right thing, even if it ain't easy.
I'm worried about him. The kids will adapt fine, I'm sure. But you can't just ask a man like Sebastian Hooker to stop working. You may as well just dig a hole and ask him to climb down inside.
Oh, he'll get the hang of it.
Will he though? And what about me? I'm supposed to move ashore and become some kind of city girl?
Don't worry. With Daniel and Sebastian's pensions, you can go and buy a shack on some other rock and live in a cozy isolation for the rest of your lives.
I'm kind of tired of rocks between you and me.
Thank you for your time. Winifred, I'm sorry, but the wind is picking up, and our guests will be on their way without dinner.
Is that so?
Mr. Hooker, as your legal representation, I'm obligated to remind you that ignoring an official request from the government is ill-advised.
An official request? What's going on, Sebastian?
Nothing that concerns us. Vern, you best hurry along.
We can't just leave.
Come on, Mr. Lawyer. Got to learn to pick your battles.
Be safe, Vern.
Yeah.
What did you say to him, Sebastian?
Mama! I think we should do 2 pots of potatoes. 2 pots of potatoes. But no, Mrs. Just one.
Ruth, we ain't gonna cook everything in the pantry. There's plenty of food.
See that?
Well done for today, Granddad. Or do we gonna go back up to them tonight?
Is the lawyer still here? Did he leave already?
What happened, Sebastian? What did you say to him?
We are all done. I'll go put the tools away. You go get cleaned up for dinner.
Okay. I'll go shop then.
And I guess we only need 1 pot of potatoes.
What happened, Mama?
You're gonna have to ask your granddad.
spirit.
Well, wake her up. She parks the truck in front of mine and locked in.
Quiet, Tilly. No need to wake her up while she's enjoying such a peaceful slumber.
Lighthouses, which is under the jurisdiction of the Coast Guard.
There's the Bureau of Lighthouses.
Established in the year 1910 and merged with the Coast Guard in 1939.
Uh-huh. You see? She wouldn't have known that if she was sober.
So, you don't look old enough to be in the Coast Guard. What are you, 12? I'm 26.
I'll bet you couldn't possibly remove a hat from your own head.
Look, we're not here to forcibly remove anyone. We're just here to talk to the hookers about the future of the lighthouse.
The hookers just have to live on the islands for 4 generations. It might even be 5 by now. You can't just throw them out.
Yes, but the new tower at the mainland has made that lighthouse obsolete. And I'm sorry, we just ain't got no room in our budget to pay for the upkeep of a family of 5 in perpetuity if they provide no services in return.
In purple, what now?
The hooker family cannot just live there forever on the government's dime.
I thought they was gonna turn that place into a museum. I signed a petition that said something about a museum.
It's interesting, well, but I'm afraid it's just not possible.
Why not? People like museums.
Well, how about you just let them stay on the island? Nobody's doing anything else with it, are they? Look, it's not that simple. The island itself is dangerous.
Sebastian Hooker ain't afraid of a little danger.
You remember the storm 2 summers ago?
Do I remember? Glad I had insurance.
Yes, it caused a rock slide on the western face of the island.
The erosion on the island has accelerated tremendously and is just no longer geologically stable. So in a few years, just the lighthouse and anybody living in the island will just slide into the ocean. What if maybe they could move it something so it's not so close to the edge of the island?
Look, we respect the history of the tower and we respect the Hooker's family. But it just isn't to be. And we're here to talk to the Hookers about some of their options.
Oh, evening, girl.
Sam,
Oh, I suppose you're all right.
Vern Gordonson,
Special Agent Crowder, this is Special Agent Rathcone.
obliged.
Girl, is the bay calm enough to cross in this rain?
Calm enough. Keep on call for me. I'll be by later.
You bet, girl.
Ladies,
It's been nice meeting you all. So the hookers just have to leave on the street now?
Sam, round of whiskey. To the hookers.
To the hooker.
When the scribes look back on the noble history of our modest village, one name will rise above all. They won't remember me. They won't remember you. And they certainly will not remember you. But they will, with bursting hearts, remember the sturdy and glorious name Hooker, which protected our coasts for law. These past 4 generations.
It might even 5. Drink your whiskey, Bess. It starts getting melodramatic.
I'm going to move your truck, Bess.
It's a little rougher out here than I thought it would be.
Is it safe? Should we go back?
We're halfway to the island. It's safer to keep going.
How will we get back?
We might not.
What do you mean we might not?
I mean, Mrs. Hooker keeps extra beds ready for when it's unsafe to guests to return to shore. She's got extra pajamas and everything. Hang on!
What about here again?
Oh, you've been in rougher waters than this.
Nothing about this small.
We'll look like drowned rats when we arrive. It will be easy to feel defeated and discouraged even before the conversation starts. But you don't lose your confidence.
Well, I know how to be confident.
It's the first time you deal with these sea dogs. Sebastian Hooker has lived on this island for 70 years. He does not think. He's sure this island belongs to him and his family.
But it's not. It belongs to the state.
And don't you forget that. No matter what kind of sad story they try to tell you, they line up their kids in their most tattered clothes and eat cold soup in the rain while making the saddest little puppy eyes at you. But you have to remember that they have always been here at the pleasure of the Bureau of the Lighthouses and the interest of progress and public safety.
Okay, I'll remember that.
There it is, ladies! Just up ahead!
Evening! For
Evening, Sebastian! Benjamin!
Mr. Gorgonson,
What happened to the dog?
we tore it up.
Is that so? There's hardly anything left for us to tie up to.
Seems like it.
Well, how do you expect us to get up there? We can't go climbing on these rocks in this weather.
It sure is a puzzle.
Are you going to throw us down the ladder? forbidden?
I guess so.
Mr. Hooker, we are here as representatives of government, and if anything happens to us on our way back, it will be understood by all so that you are responsible. Are you clear?
I didn't ask you to come out here.
Benjamin!
I'm sorry, Mr. Ferguson.
So what do we do now?
We go back. You'd better tighten your life jackets and say a prayer. If one don't help, maybe the other one will.
Oh, that's so sweet. Ask him if he misses you. Gosh, you're only here as courtesy. I know, but I can't sneak over in the weather like this. In a day or two, be patient. Ask him if I can come. No, you can't come. I'll swim across the channel if I have to.
Hey, Eddie, Naomi's gonna go. She'll call you back later.
Benji! That wasn't Eddie!
Oh, sorry.
You can't just come in like this and interrupt my personal conversations.
I think we just did something terrible.
Did you kill somebody?
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
What happened?
Quiet now.
Turn it up.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is the blue order. 20 foot down cabin 3 around the board. We are increasing rough water in Cape Town Bay. Request immediate assistance. Capsize internet.
Where are you going?
But use the deuterum, I gotta go to the transmitter.
Water, 20 foot down cabin.
What in this ambulance do you not here?
We think Benjamin killed Vern.
We don't.
We hope he didn't anyway.
Where did Benjamin go?
He said he had to go to the transmitter room.
Where's your brother?
Did Benji do something wrong?
Girls, if you could please excuse your granddad and I.
Can you hear anything?
Not with you and all your questions. Move.
You tell me what's going on, Sebastian. Does this have something to do with whatever you and Benjamin have been working on down at the deck all day?
Benjamin is fine. He didn't do nothing.
Okay, then you're gonna tell me what you did. Girls seem to think somebody killed Vern.
We'll be okay. He's a good sailor.
Are you saying he's out in that?
In the water? He was bringing them bureau ladies, and you turned them away. Did you deny them safe harbor in this weather?
I didn't ask them to come out here.
What did you do, Sebastian?
We washed and dried your clothes for you.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, you're... Yes, from St. Stephen yesterday. Sorry I gave you a hard time. We get little protective of our own around here.
Understandable. Admirable even.
We had no idea when Mr. Hooker would go crazy and try to kill you. Doctor told me not to bother you about it, but I heard he turned you away from the island at gunpoint.
No, I mean, it wasn't that dramatic. Well, that part wasn't anyway.
Oh, your brother here will be okay, by the way. She get little worse than you, but she just needs some rest.
I still don't understand how that fishing boat found us so fast. I mean, in the middle of all that.
Ver's boat is 100 years old, but life jackets are modern. They've all got tracking signals built in it. Also, you apparently have a guardian angel.
What do you mean?
Agent Sean? Pardon me, nurse, but could I have a few words alone with my colleagues?
Yes, sure thing. When you're ready for lunch, Sam said she'll bring you over some goodish from the tavern.
Thank you.
Sit down, Amy. How is she?
Well, she tried to swallow out the Pacific and she was ischemic for a few moments, but the doctors gave her some cognitive tests which she passed and then she just zonked out. Well, I don't know, the doctors seemed pretty relaxed about her, so trust the professionals, as they say.
And the boat captain?
Oh, cool in the crisis. He kept us together until that fishing boat came and rescued us, and he slept in his bed last night.
And you?
Still cold, otherwise fine.
Some training mission.
Is it always this exciting?
20 years in bureau, and I have never had to get rescued out of the raging sea. Rise and shine, Queen of the Sea.
Patty.
When you want to make a wish, throw a coin into the water, not yourself.
You're here, so my dream has come true.
Well, according to the village grapevine, you were fighting Sebastian Hooker on the top of the lighthouse when he threw you out into the ocean.
Almost right.
What happened out there?
Well, we started in rough waters and the weather was getting worse, but we got to the island safely. But Hooker smashed the dock, so we couldn't get ashore. And the captain made a decision
that it's too dangerous to linger on the rocks, and he decided to go back. It was the only real option under the circumstances. I hope he has no trouble.
Don't see why he should be.
I still don't understand how that boat found us so fast. The nurse said we had some guardian angel or something. What do you think she was talking about?
Well, the Coast Guard received your distress signal, but was 15-20 minutes away. However, some mysterious third party broadcast directly to the villagers emergency frequency, and some local lady fisherman was able to get to you just in a few minutes. Might have saved Agent Ruskam's life.
Third party? Who else would have known we were out there?
You tell me.
Hooker. Or maybe the grandson. He wasn't too happy about turning us away.
Whoever it was, you may add them to your Christmas card list.
Oh, you're awake. You up for some visitors?
Hello. Hope you like hot goulash. We brought it over as soon as it was ready.
Oh, you're looking more lively than the last time I saw you.
Oh, you're the lady fisherman who saved us.
Oh, did I not mention that?
But you were falling drunk when I last saw you at the tavern.
Yes, and hungover like the Pope when I, in the morning, asked you to help me with the cooking.
Well, drunkenness is a very necessary to be set aside when practical duty calls.
Yes, you are a very, very noble drunk here.
Okay, let's leave these ladies to have their lunch.
Bess,
Yes?
you've probably saved my life. I thank you.
You would have done the same. If you see Benjamin Hooker, tell him thanks too. He was the one who relayed the distress signal.
Thank you, Benjamin Hooker.
You're a good boy, Benjamin. You ought to take your mother and your sisters ashore in the Zodiac. There ain't nothing for you here anymore.
And what shall we do after that?
That lawyer said the government has offered to put you and your sisters through college. Your mom will collect your dad's pension. You'll be all right.
The lawyer said they're gonna pay for our college?
Yeah.
You respond by throwing him off the island and smashing up the dock.
You can pack up some of the things today and leave tomorrow at low tide when the cave is safe. You can come back and get the rest of everything when all the excitement dies down.
Was it also part of your plan when you sent Vernon and them bureau ladies out to die in the bay?
I didn't ask them to come out here.
Just don't understand. I thought the whole point of the lighthouse was to be this beacon of hope to guide those who cannot see to the safe harbor, not turn them away when the storm is raging.
Your mom will help out. But you are the man of the family now.
What, you just abandoning us now?
You can stay if you want.
Benjamin?
Has he gone crazy or something?
He's a good man, you know that. Just doing what he thinks he has to. This is all pretty scary to him.
Scary to him? Vernon and them bureau ladies are okay, by the way.
I'm glad to hear that.
He wants us to go ashore. That's a new life, I guess.
I know.
And you agree?
Well, what do you want me to do, Benjamin? Club him over the head and drag him back to civilization against his will? You probably don't remember, but he tried that once. When your dad became the keeper, Sebastian retired and went to live in the village. I don't know who was more miserable, him or all the townies who had to put up with him. He hated every second of it. And then your dad died, and Sebastian volunteered to come out of retirement to train you up enough to take over.
I wasn't a very good student, I'm afraid.
I never did like that old man. But when he came back to the island, I thought to myself, maybe, we finally got some common ground. Losing your daddy, we could mourn together, help each other get through the worst tragedy either of us could imagine. And you know what?
What?
I don't think he mourned for one moment. He was almost relieved, happy to be back. As if your dad did him some kind of favor by dying the way he did. Gave him an excuse to climb back up into that old tower and spend the rest of his life on this godforsaken island. So yes, for once, I agree with his pig-headed notion about staying on the island until the lighthouse falls down on his damned fool head and the ocean swallows him up. And you, and me, and the girls are gonna do what we should have done a long time ago. We'll go ashore and try to have a normal life away from this place. And maybe it's too late for me, but you and Ruth and Naomi still got time to make something of yourselves.
You're kind of sad.
Sad and pathetic and tragic, and maybe a little Shakespearean. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Do Naomi and Ruthie know?
Not yet.
Naomi! Ruth! Pack everything you can into the Zodiac. We're leaving tomorrow.
It's very beautiful here. Do you get a lot of tourists?
Well, if you're looking for history, you go to Astoria. You want city life? Go to Portland. Want nature? Go to Crater Lake. If you want a picturesque fishing village, like out of a movie, you go up to the San Juan Island. I guess if you only want to get wet and catch a cold, you might come here.
I see. Well, still, it's very peaceful. I like it.
Hey, how is he?
With Vern, you can never tell. I know he feels awful letting your ladies into such peril, but you see, he hasn't touched his beer since he sat down, and that means he is mad.
Mad about what?
Well, you see, these men of the sea, they have to look out for each other. When Sebastian turned you all away, it wasn't just dangerous. He violated something deeper, and it's been eating at Vern. I wouldn't want to be in the room if two of them came together.
Oh, actually, we're going to come back there. And are you saying that if we do, Vern is not the best person to take us?
Unless you take a coroner with you.
Oh.
Agent Crowder, can you join me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Some new excitement?
The hookers crossed the channel in the Zodiac craft.
You don't say. All of them?
Not quiet.
What's going on?
Vern, nothing is going on. Just sit here. Keep an eye on the bar for me. I'll be right back.
How's it going, Vern?
Okay.
I noticed you ain't been back out in the water since the other night.
Ain't had any need to.
Well, no, that ain't true. This is in your blood, old man. I know you ain't scared. When I fished you out of the channel, I saw a look in your eye. But that was not fear.
No.
Are you thinking of doing something foolish?
No more than necessary.
Winifred and the girls just disembarked. Came over in the Zodiac craft.
I expect got out through the sea cave.
Probably. I wonder if they escaped or if they're just making a social call.
The boy ain't with them.
He's not.
He's still there then.
You know what? Benjamin was the one who relayed your Mayday, so I could pick it up.
Is that so?
Vern, I guess Bess already told you. We got visitors coming. I don't want no trouble from you. Welcome, dear ladies. Welcome, Mrs. Hooker, girls. Sit down. You're welcome. You all had lunch before you set out?
Actually, we didn't.
No lunch. Okay. I better have something I can throw together very, very quickly.
Thank you, Sam.
Well, how about you give them some space, let them enjoy their meal?
No, it's very important
It's
that we...
okay. It's okay. No rush. We can just relax over there.
So, you crossed the bay all by yourselves.
I know how to steer a boat, Beth.
Well, there are some nuances to those water. Getting across safely isn't a given in the Zodiac. All those rocks around the islands. I would have punctured her for sure.
Well, I only drink coffee when I embark, so I am alert and focused.
Naomi, mind your manners.
What'd she say?
Bartender, a round of milk and cookies for the gallant and pious hooker women.
Here you are. Some sausages and hash browns to warm you up.
Thank you. It'll be delicious, Samantha. Thank you.
You are welcome.
What do you say, girls?
Thank you, Mrs. Downing.
Welcome, girls, and there is more if you want.
Thank you, Mrs. Downing.
Hey, Mr. Goodinson. I'm sorry my granddad threw you in the ocean.
Rosie, what has gotten into you, girls?
You tell him to throw me in?
No, sir.
Then I guess you ain't got anything to apologize for.
Mother, can I be excused?
You can.
Benjamin, are you there? This is Naomi. Do you copy?
This is Benjamin. I hear you. Over.
We made it across okay. We are at Sam's Tavern now. The agents brought us here to warm up. We are having eggs and sausages.
That sounds nice. Over.
Are you in the tower? I can see it from the window.
Yeah.
Maybe you can wave and I could see you.
Okay. I'm waving at you. Do you see me? Over.
No. Is Grandad there?
No. He's out there painting the tower.
Painting the tower? Like the whole tower?
Well, only the part he can reach with a ladder, which actually is not much. You know, when he sent us all away, I thought he was trying to do something terrible and private, like maybe kill himself in some really dramatic fashion. If I knew he'd be just doing some pointless chores, I'd have come with you. Eggs and sausages sound good.
What did you have for breakfast?
Oatmeal.
Oh, sorry. So, what are we supposed to do now?
Just give me a couple days. I'll try to talk some sense into him. Although it doesn't seem there's any sense left.
What do you want me to tell them agents? Because they're gonna want to talk to us pretty soon.
Just tell him the truth.
If Grandad won't come, I'll tell them about the sea cave entrance.
Oh, if they really want to get into the island, they'll find a way somehow, I think.
Yeah, I guess. I'm waving too. Can you see me?
No. Over.
Over and out. Take care.
Over and out.
Naomi? Must want to know what you're doing here. And I want to know too.
Oh, just getting my thoughts together. Come on, let's go.
Was my cooking that bad?
Oh no, sorry. I just had to.
I haven't played Gin Rummy since I was a girl.
It's a good way to pass the time.
I appreciate you coming to visit me each day, but you really shouldn't keep vigil on me.
Maybe not.
Look, nobody blames you for what has happened, least of all me. Stop beating yourself up.
You okay? I am okay.
Okay.
You need to go back out there. I will be ready to take you.
Oh, nice to know.
But since the dock smashed up, we'll have to ride a helicopter. And we'll have to take some muscle with us if Sebastian Hooker wants to play any more games.
What will happen to him?
Oh, well, he's an old man, loyal for many years. They'll snap him on the wrist and, find him some comfy place to live the rest of his miserable years.
He don't deserve it.
How's that?
A man can be forgiven for being foolish. What he was reckless and cruel.
Isn't it our task to meet his cruelty with patience and magnanimity?
I don't
He'll
know.
get his justice, but it will be of a tempered sort.
I don't know.
Look, Mr. Gordonson, this has nothing to do with us any longer, unless you can fly a helicopter.
There is other ways out there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, a sea cave on the northwest face. You can get in and out pretty easy at low tide.
oh, a sea cave. Sounds dangerous.
Not if you know the way.
Well, as I said, in a few days we're going to take a helicopter. No need for anyone sneaking in and out any sea caves. To do so would be unnecessary and foolish.
A man can be forgiven for being foolish.
She ran for your money then? But you never had to play against a real government agent before.
Well, he's holding his own, and I think he's won this hand.
You ready for the doctor to give him all clear so you can finally get out of here?
Oh, you bet.
I'll leave you ladies to eat then.
Strange, isn't he?
Well, no, he's just intense maybe, a strong silent type.
Have you ever seen Byrne to be violent or unpredictable?
Well, no. Hiding under that furrowed brow is a kind of general soul. Would a violent, unpredictable person come and play mother hen and try to back your nurse to health?
Oh, playing gin rummy isn't right nursing me back to health.
Verna's way is thinking it is.
We should all have such thoughtful mothers.
Let's get you dressed.
Start her up!
We got enough fuel for the generator to last a night. Maybe two. What shall we do after that?
We'll go out on the cliff and burn a driftwood bonfire. It's what we did back in 1962 when they had to change everything, to change out the old Fresnel lamp for the halogens.
Navigation by firelight. What if it rains?
Joe Rowan owes me a favor. He'll deliver us fuel for the generator once a week or so.
Is it worth it?
How's that?
They cut the power to the island because they want us gone. Do you think we're just gonna smuggle fuel every week for the next 10 years? They're not just gonna leave because you make them difficult, Granddad.
The ships, they need us, son. Without the light, there are many dangers posed by the rocky coast to which they would otherwise succumb.
The ships can get their light elsewhere. A mile at the coast. That new lighthouse. It's automated. Brighter. Safer.
Your great granddad helped build this place in 1963.
Yeah, the island is drenched in our blood, I know.
He was just a fisherman, a dock worker. His son was a fisherman too. He crewed on a whaling ship. Imagine sailing out into the ocean and butchering a whale.
That was rather Hooker, right? I never knew he was in a whaler.
Yeah, it was his son, Solomon, who first came here to keep the light. My granddaddy. His daddy, Rutherford, died in rough seas.
What, did the whale get him?
No. Whaling was finished around 1903, if I remember correctly. He was just out trawling for tuna. Storm got him. Solomon thought it was a poor way to go and swore off at life at sea.
He knew when it was time to move on. Tradition be damned.
For old Rutherford, the sea was his life and the sea was his death. He wouldn't have wanted to die any other way.
And yet he still let the fate decide, didn't he?
Some of us ain't got time to wait around for fate. Anyway, so if it rains, we'll burn a driftwood bonfire, like we did back in 1962.
Granddad, what are we doing?
We are keeping the light burning.
Naomi, this is Benjamin. Do you hear me?
Benjamin, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Where are you?
We are staying in a room at Sam's Tavern, and they're gonna move us to Astoria when you and Granddad will join us. It's a pretty nice hotel. They got a hot tub and a swimming pool and everything.
All the way to Astoria, huh?
Well, they said we could stay in Keytown, but Mama said she'd rather not have to look out the window and look at the goddamn lighthouse all day and night. She actually said goddamned! Oh, and the agent said that they was going to cut the power.
They already did. Granddad made me go get the generator. He wants to build a bonfire on a cliff.
A bonfire?
He ain't reasonable anymore, Naomi. They gotta come and get him.
I told one of the agents about the sea cave, but they said that they'll fly in helicopter because it's safer. I wonder how Granddad would try to stop a helicopter from landing.
I don't know. Although, given enough warning, I'm sure he'll try something.
Are you glad it would be over soon?
Are you?
Well, nobody expected me to carry family tradition.
Well, I had about enough of traditions.
Do you know the government's gonna pay for us to go to college?
Yeah, Granddad told me.
I just found out! Why'd he let me pass that petition all around town? Everybody was probably laughing at me.
No, it was a noble thing to do. It made you seem aspirational.
Something's wrong with him.
I expect so.
Well, maybe he'll feel better once he spends some time in a hot tub.
Let's hope so. By the way, if you find out when they're gonna send the helicopter, please tell me. I think that if I knew in advance, I could make things easier somehow. I don't know, prepare things.
I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Okay, thank you. I'm waving at you. Do you see me?
I can't see you from behind the tavern, dummy.
Well, I'm waving anywhere.
Okay, I'm waving too. Good night. Over and
night.
out.
Good night.
So, we are set to fly over tomorrow. What are your thoughts on taking a law enforcement agent with us?
Do you think Sebastian will put up a fight?
As you have personally witnessed, the man has clearly no regard for others' safety.
Well, he can't prevent us from landing a helicopter.
But he can physically resist being removed.
Does he have any weapons? Well, according to the mother, there is lots of fishing equipment which can be dangerous in the right hands. Also, there is a gun cabinet with 4 or 5 antique rifles, but they're not properly maintained, so...
I wonder, when was the last recorded death by musket?
Okay, then just to be safe, we take a law enforcement agent with us. Agent Crowder, you liaise with the sheriff's office. Gina, will the helicopter carry that many of us?
Well, she can carry 6, so we're okay.
Okay.
Oh, hi Joe. Welcome to FBI headquarters.
Actually, we're with the Coast Guard. Should we send a word to the brother? I'm sure he's in contact with the sister, so he's more likely to cooperate than not. And I think we do need a friendly face once we arrive. I guess he could help keep things from escalating.
Not a bad idea. We need to talk to the women anyway. So, let them know the broad strokes of what we are doing. So, there will be a welcoming committee for the old man when we bring him back home.
Ah, Ruthie. Sorry, Ruth Hooker. And again I say no, I cannot serve you alcohol until you're of legal age. Come back when the G-men are gone, and then we can talk.
Mrs. Downing,
Yes, what do you need, kiddo?
Mother wants to know if we can get a few more bottles of water.
Water. You only want water. Why didn't you say so? Here you are.
Thank you, Mrs. Downing.
Well,
Hello, Bess.
Hello, Miss Ruth. So polite, this one.
Hello, Agent Crowder. Hello, Agent Rothcom. Hello, Agent
Show.
Hello, Agent Shaw. Hello, Mr. Goranson. Hello, Mr. Rowan. And bye.
How is Ruth Hooker on friendly terms with Joe Rowan?
Well, Joe, you know, provides goods and services to the island, which otherwise might be kind of difficult to get, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I see. Something else funny. Have you noticed Vern and that agent making eyes at each other?
Yeah,
Probably it's a love connection.
Or maybe the 3 years you've taken are imagining things.
I do not deny being a little, just a little buzzed. But I do not think that my faculties of observation have been diminished.
Well, probably you're not trying hard enough. Have another.
Okay then. Agent Crowder, the head for the sheriff's office, Jenner, informed the helicopter pilot that we'll be carrying another passenger. And I guess I'll do the paperwork. Yes, ma'am.
I have to powder my nose, ladies. See you later.
See you at the hotel then.
Joe?
Vern, you parked in front of my truck. I'm blocked in.
Sorry. Sam?
Vern,
Bess?
One more drink, and I'll have this figured out.
You know, Sam's got the washroom down the hall, right?
I need to do something with my hands.
Do you want to play cards? I brought a deck of cards.
This stunk of life on the island would have cured you of your frivolity.
It would have if you hadn't bought me an iPhone. Besides, we're on vacation. You're not supposed to work so hard while on vacation. Come, play cards with me.
You get that vacation notion out of your head now, Miss Hooker. This is a serious business we're in the midst of.
Well, then come and take your mind off it. Sit, relax, and play some cards.
I'm worried about your brother and your granddad.
No, you're not. You know they can take care of themselves. And besides, the agents are gonna fly over there in a helicopter and bring Granddad and Benjamin back, and Benjamin and I can go to the college, and Benjamin will not have to be the lighthouse keeper and have little tiny baby lighthouse keepers for the rest of his life. Come on, pick her.
All right. What game are we playing?
Spades or canasta?
Let's do spades. No bid. So, what do you really think about all this?
Oh, just what I said. I love Granddad and the history of the place, but I think it will be better for us to leave, and better for Benjamin and Ruthie too.
None of you had better lose your island discipline.
No, ma'am. I'm sure it will give us a leg up in the real world.
The real world. It really is, isn't it?
I guess it's different for you. You spent too long slaving yourself out for them. No good man.
I really did. They weren't all that bad, though. Your dad was one of the good ones. But you're right. I forgot. It was like I was living in a dream.
And a very boring dream.
Have you always felt that way?
Well, yeah. But I was too polite to say anything. Just like you taught me. Take that.
Throwing down a queen of spades on your own mother.
Sometimes you have to set sentimentality aside.
Mrs. Darling said it's on the house.
That woman is a saint. You think they'll let me ride in the helicopter? We can ask, I guess. Ruthie, darling, tell me something.
Yes, ma'am?
How do you feel about us moving to the mainland?
Can I still have a garden and vegetables?
I can see why not.
And we can ride a bus to school instead of a boat.
Seems likely.
Then it will be fun, I guess.
Well, that settles that.
Can I ask you something?
Why, sure.
How do you feel?
I don't know, just little one.
Oh.
Salutations, Miss Hooper.
Hello, Bess.
May I ask a favor of your eldest daughter?
What do you need, Bess?
I need you to call up your brother and communicate to him a very important message.
How am I supposed to do that? You know they cut the power to the island.
We all know that you've got a two-way radio and you sneak out and talk to him every night.
Bess, you smell like a distillery. I'm shocked you'd come into my space and hurl accusations at my girls.
Tell her, Naomi.
What is there to tell?
Sorry, Mother. We've been keeping each other updated on the lighthouse and the agents and Granddad and such.
Well, okay, what is it, Bess? What do you need to communicate?
They might be expecting Joe Rowan to come to the island.
To bring them fuel for the generator.
Something underhanded is going on between him and Vern. Whenever they expect him to show up, they better keep their eyes open for any funny business.
Thank you, Bess. Well, go ahead.
I can't.
Why not?
Well, Joy's bringing them fuel because I haven't got any. And generator died 2 days ago and they haven't had any electricity in all the time. And Benji's radio died yesterday and he's got no way to recharge it.
What kind of funny business, Bess?
I don't know.
Let's go tell them lighthouse agents.
No, they might be in on it.
Did you see something? Or does all the beer you drink make you a little paranoid?
I can be paranoid without the help of alcohol, thank you. I saw the one with mousy blonde hair giving secret eyes to Vern a little bit ago. Tell me about the approach to a sea cave. I'll go out and tell them myself.
It's on the northeast face of the island and you have to wait till low tide. On your approach it will extend 10 meters east on your port side. I'll draw you a map of the shoal. And there is a bunch of rocks nearing the entrance to starboard. And
Bess, you're drunk. You can't navigate in unknown waters in a state like this.
I'll draw her a map if it'll help Benjamin and Granddad.
No, she's right.
I'll take you there in the Zodiac.
Can I come?
No, you can't. Neither of you can. Let's just all calm down.
Winifred, something ain't right. We've got to do something.
Did you say the mousy one is in cahoots?
I believe so.
What about the young one? She seemed pretty fresh and innocent.
The 12-year-old. Yeah. She did seem pretty idealistic or incorruptible.
Find her. convince her to go with you. If there's any kind of funny business, I want some kind of authority there outside, besides a drunk fisherman and an overexcited teenager.
Mother!
You go drink as much coffee as time can brew between now and when you set off.
Fair enough.
Well, go. Time's a wasting. Ruthie, come play cards with me.
But I wanted to go.
I know you did, but you need somebody to keep me here in my right mind. I'll teach you how to play spades.
How do you know how to play spades?
Well, then you'll have no problem beating me.
How much fuel can Joe bring at once? How much can we afford? We can't just keep doing this indefinitely.
I didn't ask you to stay.
I know. I just thought if I did, I'd understand you better, come see your point. But it's been a week and there doesn't seem to be a point. You deny safe harbor to 3 innocent people and they nearly died, and why? So that you could repaint the lighthouse and build a bonfire on the cliff?
I didn't
You
ask them
didn't
to.
ask them to come here. Yes, I know. You never ask anybody to do anything. Okay, but we passed that now. It's time to move on. This isn't some grand castle that needs defending. It's just a decrepit old lighthouse that's gonna fall into the sea before long.
I give near 70 years of my life to this lighthouse. It is my castle, and I'm not going anywhere until me and it crashes down into the sea together.
I knew you were stubborn, but I never took you for a fool.
This ain't yours. None of this is yours. Everything that is yours is waiting on the mainland. You and your sisters do good there, so go! But leave me what's mine. You ought to go with Joe when he leaves.
I have a mind to. You hear that? Someone's coming.
It's Joe.
That's not Joe.
Vern.
Sebastian. Benjamin, why don't you go back to the house? Your granddad and I have something we need to discuss.
I was there too, Mr. Gordonson, and you know that. Anything you want to say to my granddad, you had to say to me too.
I got no beef with you, young man. But if you think you need to see this, okay.
Benjamin, go to the house.
No, sir. Please don't kill him, Mr. Gordonson!
Why would I kill him? He wishes I'd kill him.
Doris, drag me into the west and hold me under.
Dan, Granddad, stop it!
Stoke the fire and lay me on the bonfire's flame. Let Hellstone have a final taste.
He's just a sick old man.
This old bastard, fitter than I am, he'll outlive us both.
Up here. Don't you see he's sick up here?
Toss me from the cliffs that I must smash upon the rock.
Stay down, old man. You've become a wild animal out here. I'm here to tame you. You must be civilized before we can permit you to live among us.
This is how you'll kill him. You'll take him away from his island.
And thus my true cruelty is revealed. Now you can stand up. Then you're gonna get into my boat and I'm gonna get you to your family on the mainland. You understand? What is that? You expecting more visitors?
No, sir.
Mr. Berenson, please step away from Mr. Hooker.
You can put that away. Well done here.
What happened here, Vern?
He violated something sacred, Bess. He needed to be put in his place.
Did you hurt him?
In the worst way I could think of. Where are you all going?
We're coming back with you. All of us.
But the sun is setting, and somebody has to light the fire.
And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. And a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. And another drop of rum wouldn't do us any harm. Another drop of rum wouldn't do us any harm. Another drop of rum wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the chariot along. We'll roll the chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. And another pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm. Another pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm. Another pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. And another watch below wouldn't do us any harm. Another watch below wouldn't do us
Can
any
you drink whiskey? Rum? Beer? Apple juice.
Yes, you can drink apple juice.
Why apple juice coming? Hello, Mrs. Hooker. Hi, girls.
Mrs. Downing,
Mrs. Downing is my mother-in-law. So,
we all want to thank you again for all your hospitality.
you are welcome, but you don't need to thank the government was paying for everything.
This may be, but you still deserve our gratitude.
Don't mind her. Sam don't know how to take a compliment.
So, you're leaving for Astoria?
Naomi and Benjamin are. They'll be going to the community college there. Imagine that. First hookers to go to college.
Yeah, if there weren't so many kids there, I would call for a toast.
You're not going with them? No. Somebody needs to stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Hooker. If he can't have his island, he can at least keep it in view. Maybe the familiar atmosphere of the place will ease his despair.
Honey, why don't you go to play with the girls?
Oh, Tinny, come on, your truck, you're blocking me in.
Sorry.
Bartender, a shot of whiskey.
Sam, I think my girls have something they want to say to you.
Oh, is that so?
Thank you, Mrs. Downing. Benjamin, come over here and say thank you to Mrs. Downing.
You want me to get you something? A cup of coffee.
Okay.
Cheer up, Sebastian. When the scribes look back on the noble history of our modest village, one name will rise above all. They won't remember me, but they will, with bursting hearts, remember the sturdy and glorious name Hooker, which protected our coast for long. These past 5 generations.
We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on to the As brother doesn't stop, wouldn't do us any harm. As brother doesn't stop, wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. I thought I heard the old men say, leave a child.